Hello there! This is Lego Dynasty, and today I'm bringing you guys yet another haul video of various items that I managed to pick up at the Edmonton Expo. So this is where, of course, you can go and get collectibles, meet celebrities, you know, your typical convention essentially, and it just happened to be located near where I am. So decided to go. Actually, this is my first time going in quite a few years, so didn't really know what I was going to be able to find, but luckily I was able to find a lot of cool stuff. So let's begin, starting with, of course, you see the GameStop bag. Obviously, there wasn't like a GameStop booth. It just happens to be the bag that the biggest order or that I got, you know, provided me this bag. So definitely made it easier to get stuff. And yeah, so of course, being a Lego channel, there will be some Lego-esque figures. I mean, it's not going to be real Lego for any purists out there. But at the end of the day, I do think a lot of the minifigures look quite good and have gotten a lot better than what they used to be a few years ago. And then, of course, also some Black Series. So we'll start off with the Black Series, and the first one I managed to pick up is a Cassian Andor Aldani mission, as you can see. And you see the price, 20 Canadian dollars. Thought that was a pretty good deal. All the Black Series came from one location, and I did manage to get a deal overall on the total lot. So you might see tags, and overall I combined spent a little bit less than what it would amount to. So not as good of a price as I got on my previous Black Series haul video, but still overall pretty good value, especially with a figure like this. Didn't have any of the Andor figures since most of them are the windowless packaging. This is one of the few that is windowed, and I do hope they go back and re-release some of the figures in windowed packaging, but I guess we'll see if they do that. But for now, got Cassian Andor Aldani mission. Next figure is another Andor figure, one of the other windowed figures you can get, and it's a Imperial Officer Dark Times. So I believe this is the one that was actually commanding the clone troopers that we see in the flashback scene during Andor. So pretty nice figure overall. Nice to get an Imperial Officer for sure. And again, pretty nice price there. Our next figure is one I've been searching for quite some time. Just never saw it in stores whatsoever. And that is a Remnant Trooper, or Remnant Stormtrooper. So this is what we see during the Mandalorian Season 1 in the rundown sort of area that they're operating out of. And they definitely look really nice. Very much like a Sand Trooper, but just a lot more battle damage, I guess. And it's just a nice, you know, variation of your standard Stormtrooper. Another figure I've been searching for what feels like a long time is a Clone Trooper Lieutenant. So this is, of course, got the blue markings. It looks very good overall. And just happy to add this one to the collection. Always love getting Clone Troopers, and this is definitely a cool one to get. Now this next one I think is a really cool one to get, and one that I never expected to get, and this is a Darth Vader Carbonite version, and this is the old style box as well. So you know, the square box rather than the Galaxy packaging. It looks very cool overall, I gotta say. Really big fan of what this guy looks like. Just a nice chrome finish on Vader there, and really nice design. Another figure, and maybe a surprise since it's more of a sequel type figure I got, is Captain Cardinal. I did have the other, some of the other, you know, First Order officers in this Galaxy Edge packaging, so definitely wanted to pick this up. This was a Toys R Us exclusive in Canada, and I just never managed to pick it up before it went out of stock, so definitely glad to add this one. And wasn't a bad price either. Series, this one I've been searching for a while since it went out of stock, and it's Cal Kestis. This is the one that was the most expensive, as you can see, but it's the one that I really wanted. So it's obviously can't find it in GameStops anymore, so you gotta cope with the prices sometimes of these conventions, and if you want to get it then. And overall pretty good condition box. Has some slight wear on the box, but it was their final one, so it's like I did walk around, see if there was any other Black Series sellers, and there was a couple, but overall I got this from just one seller because he had obviously all these figures and just made the most sense. Some of the other figures I had at the other locations. while this one had a lot of the older stuff that I didn't manage to have. Now, of course, did not get only Black Series, as I did manage to get some pretty interesting, I don't want to call it Lego, because I know it's not Lego, it's knockoffs, but a lot of it looks really good, I gotta say. Like, I do think some of these have come a long way, and if you're a Lego purist, avert your eyes, I guess, but I decided to, you know, get a couple of figures. So mostly Clone Troopers. In fact, almost all of them will be Clone Troopers. There'll be a couple others, but we've got this green, I guess 41 first Corpse Trooper. Has even a, I mean, I'm 99% sure it's not brick arms, but brick arm style weapon. Overall, the quality of these figures has improved. Like when I got previous knockoffs way back when, before I started my channel, this was like 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. Since I couldn't afford a lot of the bigger Lego sets, I would buy Chinese knockoffs of certain figures, and the quality was definitely not there. But I definitely feel it has improved a lot, not only printing wise, but some of the figures of the, you know, Clone Troopers always felt like they were going to break in your hands if you played with them. So definitely don't feel that same thing here in any of these figures, which is kind of why I decided, you know what, I'll get these. And I just thought this guy looked pretty cool. Nice green color. This other one, he might be a named character. I'm not familiar, so apologies. Feel free to let me know if he is a named character. But I just thought he looked pretty cool. He has a jetpack as well. These definitely seem to be like inspired heavily by what Clone Army Customs is doing, without being 100% exactly Clone Army Customs. So overall, you know, I guess it comes down to what your opinions are on these style customs, because I always see them at other conventions. I mean, if you're in the States, I'm sure you'd find something similar at like, what are they called? Brick shows and whatnot that happen in the States, since they're a little bit more common than any Lego conventions, unfortunately. Would love to have some Lego conventions up here in Canada, but never seem to be any. Moving on to our next figure that I got, I do have this nice Captain Hauser, and gotta say he looks pretty good. Obviously has this extra sort of chest plate that goes over top of the printed thing, or the printed chest, as it will have. It just gives the appearance of a bigger armor, which is kind of cool, I guess, and has a nice, you know, cloth camo, which is pretty cool, I have to say, you know, like, definitely nice to see included in this. And then really the only thing that I find, like, I didn't find it with some of the others, but I do find some of the Clone Troopers, they just look a little derpy, but it is kind of comical that these Chinese knockoffs have managed to do what Lego couldn't, and getting the holes in the right spot. Like I said, like, maybe if you played heavily with these helmets, they would break apart. I don't know. Like, obviously for me, these are going to mostly be just on display, because I don't think they'll ever make a Captain Hauser. I'm not sure they'll ever make any figures like these. I mean, there's a couple of figures that I got that I think Lego might make into actual Lego minifigures, but still, you don't know until they do, because they haven't yet, right? So, I'd be very shocked if they went ahead and made a Captain Hauser, especially this far out of Bad Batch Season 1, with Season 3 coming in. And even if Hauser has a role in Season 3, I mean, we saw in Season 2, he doesn't have his armor anymore, so he won't be in Clone Trooper armor. So, unless he has new armor, but as far as we know, he doesn't. So, at the end of the day, I just thought he looked pretty cool, and decided to pick him up. Moving on to another Clone Trooper I picked up, and again, this might be a named character, but I just thought he looked cool, so apologies if you do know him, feel free to let me know. I definitely don't recognize him from the Clone Wars, don't think he's Fordo or anything, so feel free to let me know if he is a named character from the Clone Wars or the comics or anything, but I just thought he looked really cool. He has this nice actual, like it's not like Captain Hauser's Tama, which is cloth. It's like a solid one, and I just think it looks really nice. Really like the printing, pretty standard weapon there, and yeah, I just thought he looked pretty cool. And then the last figure I got, it was for this particular lot of Clone Troopers. It was buy 4 get 1 free, and I decided to get a very awesome looking Galactic Marine. I really hope LEGO eventually makes these guys. Definitely think they definitely could, coming up on the Revenge of the Sith anniversary in 2025, but until they do, again, you never know if they will. So I just thought this one looked pretty cool. It comes with a minigun as well, which is pretty awesome, I have to say. And overall, I just think the printing quality alone in some of these is just really excellent. Like, definitely really awesome to see. And like I said, definitely feel like the quality in these plastics have improved greatly from what they used to be. So I'm not too worried about it breaking like it used to be. Now moving on to the next lot of clone troopers that I picked up. Again, I'll just pull out all of these and go through them. These ones are a little bit more unique, as you can see, as they have the very cool little, like, almost comic-esque sort of, or foil packaging like sort of thing. So you have Commander Appo and have him on the back. As you can see there, pretty nice. Again, I think these look really cool. And again, like, this company managed to do what LEGO could with the helmet holes and make it look good. You know, that's all fans seem to be asking for, is just get it like that, and I think it'd be awesome. Now there does seem to be a slight error, as they have the arrow on this packaging, obviously from the sort of Clone Wars, and then here it's just a straight line, which I believe is what it's supposed to be in, like, Revenge of the Sith, because it was sort of a retcon, since Dave Filoni worked on The Last Airbender and had a character of Appa, so they made Apple have the same sort of arrow. So still, overall, pretty nice figure there. Another one, and this is one I think we'll get in a LEGO form, but I just thought he looked cool, and it's Commander Wolf. What sold me is even the specialized face print with the eye there. I just thought, oh, that's pretty cool. This one has that extra, you know, goes over top of the torso, which is pretty nice. The helmet that I could see looked pretty good. It has done very good arm printing. Like, I just thought these looked really well done, so decided why not. Next one, this one I'm torn on if they'll do. Like, I feel like if they make a Captain Rex's Y-Wing, they'll do, but until they do it, you just assume they won't, especially with the special face print. But of course, it's Jesse, our Trooper Jesse. Really like the helmet. There were some other ones that had helmets that weren't like this design, and so when I saw this one, I saw it looked really nice and decided I had to pick this one up instead. I feel like the quality of these ones were even higher than some of the other ones that I did pick up. And lastly, and this is another one that I feel like they're going to make into a figure, but again, till they do, we have Commander Bly. Again, really nice design there. Comes with the macro binoculars as well. Great torso print and arm printing on him. Has a couple of weapons there, and I think the helmet print looks pretty good as well, as you can see there. So yeah, Commander Bly. Now moving on to the final lot of figures, and these ones are not clone troopers, and it is actually from one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time, Jedi Fallen Order. So of course we have Cal Kestis, as you can see there, looking pretty good overall. Does come with what I believe to be an actual LEGO BD-1, but I guess it could be a knockoff. Yeah, I guess I don't see the stamp. I'd have to double check if the other one that I have has the stamp, but either way, again, I think it looks pretty decent. Only thing I wish it kind of had, to be honest with you, is if it had a specialized lightsaber hilt, which I've seen get made at times. This one is just a standard one, which, yeah, just wish it had one of the specialized LEGO hilts, I guess. Next figures, and I'll show them both at the same time. These were the main ones I was sort of looking for, and it's a couple of Purge Troopers. Really well done, I have to say. Like, absolutely outstanding. I'd love to see LEGO go ahead and make some Purge Troopers, but at this point feels incredibly unlikely, even in a random battle pack, though I think that would be really awesome if they did. I just think both figures look great. Like, I'll pull this one out just to show. Like, you just look at the custom, like, ARC Trooper style helmet, which I think looks really good. And really, the only, like, it's a little bit stiff at times, so definitely not one that I would necessarily play with, of course. But for me, these are mostly going to be on display, or entirely on display. But I just think they look excellent. And yeah, just really, really cool design overall. Next figure was the second sister. Again, has a custom, you know, molded face or helmet, which is pretty cool. Has the, of course, the Inquisitor lightsaber, and very, very nice figure overall. I don't believe, I could be wrong. I'm actually gonna check for the first time if it has a Trilla face print or not, or if it's just a black head underneath. Oh, it does, but I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be a different skin tone, so definitely an error there. And then we also have the ninth sister, which of course she's meant to be a bit bigger. Perhaps would have been even better as like a big fig, but I just thought overall it looked pretty decent, so decide why not. But you can see there, like, it's an actual molded piece. Like, I don't even think Lego would actually do this if they ever made a Jedi Fallen Order set, even though it'd be really awesome. It would probably sell very well as an 18+ set, but Lego has to be on their high horse and say, oh, that game's too violent for kids, even though this is one of the biggest video games in the last few years. So some of Lego's decisions is just comical. And our last figure, again, is a Cal Kestis from his vision as being an Inquisitor. So, very nice figure overall. And really, the only negative of both Cals is they probably should have given him more of a ginger hairstyle than a brown one. I would say Cameron Monaghan is definitely has more orange than brown in his hair, especially in the game. So, overall, though, pretty nice set of figures. And there you have it. That's my haul from the Edmonton Expo. Just doing a quick rundown. As you can see, Cal Kestis, the Remnant Stormtrooper, Cassian and the Imperial Officer from Andor, the Clone Lieutenant, Darth Vader, Carbonite style, and Captain Cardinal. And then just quickly showing off some of the other figures that I got from Jedi Fallen Order. They didn't have any Jedi Survivor characters, so just went with the Fallen Order, and overall quite happy with it. Some of these very cool clone troopers, and then some more very cool clone troopers. And yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this haul. Have you guys picked up any of these figures from Black Series, or even some of these, you know, custom knockoff Lego figures? Like, let me know your guys' thoughts on collecting them. Are you guys completely against it, or would you get it if you saw it? Just let me know in the comments down below. Please leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.